What is it that makes one man go where others don't dare tread? And that keeps him going even when the odds seem so insurmountable? When others around him expect the worst, and obstacle upon obstacle cause him to wonder if perhaps, just perhaps, everybody might be right and he may be crazy. That, my friend, is what is called desire. Desire is one of the strongest emotions, and one of the greatest forces man has ever known. When harnessed properly, it will give you everything you have ever wanted. Desire is the fuel for success. Just as a car or any other automobile needs fuel to keep going, a man's desire is what drives him and will ultimately determine if he will hold that prize at the end of the race. The thing that determines why the one person does and the other doesn't is not physical ability or the lack thereof, but desire and/or the absence thereof. It is said, where there is a will there is a way, but what isn't said is that the will doesn't exist by itself and of itself. It is fueled by desire. If you have lost your desire for whatever it is you want, you have lost the race. Desire doesn't reason or justify. All it wants is satisfaction. It is not concerned with how you bring it about. Desire, like most things, is not something you are born with. It is a force and power which can be induced through the senses such as sight, hearing and smell. Let me give you an example. When you see a beautiful woman or man, it does something to you. It triggers a power or force that will either die a natural death, or will become a raging fire. That depends on what you do with it from that point onwards. Now, I used the example of being attracted to either a man or a woman, but desire is not limited to that. You can desire a big house, a car, or desire to travel the world. However, this will not mean much until you crystallize this desire into something tangible, something you can see, hear, smell or touch. So, to induce desire for whatever it is you want, you have to introduce the object of your desire to your senses. The more you see something, the stronger your desire for that thing will become. Let's take the example of a beautiful woman or man again. If he or she has made enough of an impression on you, you would want to see that person again, right? But if you leave it to chance, you may or may not see him or her again. In the event you don't, the feelings will likely die a natural death. But let's say you see that person again and again, what do you think will happen? That's right. The feelings you have will become stronger. So what you need to do is to introduce the object of your desire to your senses, not once or twice but again and again and again. If you can, physically touch and smell and experience the object of your desire. If you desire wealth, go to the places that are symbols of wealth and get the feeling of wealth. This can be places like expensive restaurants or 5-star hotels. If you can afford it, book a room or a suite, even if it's just for one night. If you don't have a lot of cash, just go there and book a table. Order a cup of coffee or something else which isn't too expensive. I'm sure you get the picture. Do this over and over and you'll find that your desire gets stronger and stronger. You can apply this to anything and you will find that your desire burns stronger than ever. If you know someone who is wealthy, approach the person and offer to assist with anything, free of charge. Most people will appreciate this gesture. Some might even take you along to places they go and may even introduce you to their circle of friends. Alternatively, go to a dealership that sells expensive cars and just sit in one of the cars in the showroom. Experience the feeling of wealth. Touch the expensive leather and wood, smell it. You can do this as often as you like. The more you do it, the higher your desire will be. Do all this in addition to your other efforts to accomplish your goal. If you cannot physically go to the places I've mentioned, you can get these places and objects to come to you. Looking at pictures is another good way to increase your desire, and it doesn't cost you anything other than a little effort. You see, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a real and imagined experience. It will accept whatever is imprinted upon it, and will start attracting that condition in terms of the people and circumstances that you need to satisfy your desire. There are thousands of magazines that have pictures of the object you desire. Here's what I have done and what you can do too. Cut out some pictures that vividly depict the thing you want and paste it all over your room or office. Position some of the pictures in such a way that it is the first thing you see when you wake up or come into that room, and the last thing you see when you leave or fall asleep. Here is a final thought. Desire alone will not accomplish your goals for you. It is just the fuel. Imagine a car with fuel but no engine. Or a car that has fuel and an engine but no wheels. It won't go anywhere. The same goes for someone who only has desire. This, by the way, describes about 90% of all the people in the world, who only desire things but are not prepared to do what it takes to get what they want.